connected. N7KC.
Good evening. This is the Western Washington Amateur Television Society net on the 08 machine. I'm your host, Dave, KD7CYM. The Western Washington Amateur Television Society is a group of amateur radio enthusiasts that take to the airways with fast scan television. We have a repeater located up on Cougar Mountain. We transmit on 70 centimeters. It's a crossband repeater, and it spits out images at 1.2 gigahertz. Before we get underway, is there anybody that needs to make a contact before the net gets totally going, or has some emergency traffic? Hearing none. So far checked in via video is Ron, KD7, UKU. Is there anybody else who'd like to join in?
WB7BHN.
WU7N.
Yeah, we got WB7BHN and WU7N. Again, this is the Western Washington Amateur Television Society net, and we see Lee, N7KC, coming through via Ron, KD7QKU, and Lee is up on audio on the 08 machine. So, let's start with Ron, KD7QKU.
Okay, good evening, KD7CYM in the group, KD7QKU. Well, let's see, I got 35 degrees already here. Had 31 this morning and a lot of frost. So it was absolutely a gorgeous day. I had one more pallet of pellets for my pellet stove setting out by the garage. So my wife helped me and we carried them in. There was 50 bags, 40-pound bags, and stacked them on the patio. We did that probably about, 11 o'clock. It was still kind of cool outside. So let's see. Shall we go over and get Lee now?
Most definitely. Let's go to Lee, N7KC via Ron, KD7QKU.
Okay, this is Lee in 7KC in Port Angeles. I had to wait for the CW, and I may be giving a little feedback. Let me set my audio back here on Skype. Yeah, I was listening to CWID there on the repeater, and then I heard a beep, so I went ahead and I punched the stopwatch. Well, it was a beautiful day here in Port Angeles. So we took a drive out on the hook before we had to do some things this afternoon, and I got some video out there and all that, but it's on the camera, and I haven't got it off yet. And I doubt I'm going to have time to get it off here, not while the net's going on. Anyway, so I'll just say hello to everybody, and I'll send it back to Dave, and continue the net. This is 7KC in Port Angeles. Back to Dave.
Well, thank you, Lee, KD7QKU Ron, for bringing Lee's video in 7KC. So let's go down south to Jim, WB7BHN.
This is WB7BHN. Well, we sure had a nice day down there. The weather was nice and sunny and everything, and I got most of the work done on my septic system. I got a guy coming Monday that'll finish it all up, and then the septic system should be in good shape. At least I think it will be anyway. And when he's here, I'm gonna have him dig 4 post holes out there for me to build my roof over my patio that we poured on the whole foundation that we had out there that we never did build on. And I'll get quite a bit of work done in there in the last few days, but unfortunately I got about $3,300 I'll have wrapped up in the septic system by the time I get it done, so it's been kind of expensive. But it'll be worth it if it works for another 25 years. I'll be dead and gone and won't care much what happens to it after that. My daughter will have to worry about it. So with that, we'll turn it back to net, WB7BHN.
WB7BHN. Thanks for that, Jim. Let's go to James, WU7N.
Well, I think I may have to just be a listener tonight. I tried to plug some things in, some kind of breaker through, and now I'm smelling a burning noise. So I better get down to it and figure out where the burning smell is coming from. So let me turn it back to net, and I'll listen in to the rest of the net here or check back in later. WE7N clear.
Oh my, WU7N. Well, this is Dave, KD7ZYM in Lake City. Got my moss removed from my roof earlier in the week, and the man on the roof seemed to have sprayed the antenna with great force of a pressure washer, and it turned my antenna looking over towards Bremerton instead of up at Cougar Mountain. I was able to get up on a ladder and kind of motate it around to, I think motate, not rotate, but with sort of a lot of pushing that I did with about a 10-foot fiberglass pole, and got it pointing the same direction as the transmitting antenna. As I see with the pictures coming back tonight, the images freeze up a little bit on the 434 transmission side that I'm seeing coming in on the internet, and what I'm seeing coming in on 1.2 gig is a drop from a P4 to a P3, so be needing to do some adjustments with that. So I'm not sure exactly where the antenna was. I believe it was about like 10 degrees. Well, let's see how I bring it around to north to that bump. Anyway, it's about 10 degrees off to the south from the transmitting antenna, so we'll have to see how that goes. Maybe I can work on that if we have a few more warm days coming around. So that's pretty much what I've got to say from here. Ron's picture coming back. I'm also seeing a nice P5 picture on the streaming video. Also with Lee's image coming from Ron. There's a nice P5, and my image is about a P4 going in on 434 is what I'm seeing on that video. So that's what I've got to report here from Lake City. And again, this is the Western Washington Amateur Television Society Net. I'm Dave, KD7ZYM. Is there anybody else that would like to check in? Well, let's move up to Ron, KD7QKU.
Okay, thank you, Dave. This is KD7QKU again. Well, I was kind of thinking Jim Che, N7QO, would check in. He was going to go meet with Chandler's wife, Diane. He was going to meet with her at noon, and I was hoping he'd have a report for us. He did call me yesterday evening, last night I guess it was, and he asked me if we discussed at our last meeting if we wanted to help Diane maybe dispose of some of Chandler's equipment. And I said I didn't think there was too much enthusiasm to do that. So he said, okay, well, he wouldn't bring it up then, and I think that's what was decided unless she asked him or something. So anyway, maybe he'll come in later and report. But he was going to meet her at noon and talk with her. So anyway. All right, let's go over to Lee, N7KC.
Okay, N7KC in Port Angeles, Lee here. Well, I'm not sure that I heard the beep, so I'll punch the button anyway. Okay, yeah, curious to hear what Jim found out over Diane's place. I'm particularly interested in a interdigital filter, a 7-pole interdigital filter that I constructed here. It's been over 4 years ago now since I did it, et cetera, et cetera. Well, I still, like I say, my video's on the camera and it's downstairs, and it's just to the harbor and sailboats and whatnot, and it was really a beautiful day. And I thought maybe I could get it on tonight, but I'm not going to be able to get it down here while the net's going on. Anyway, I see Ron's got me up there. I'll wave to everybody there. I must have, oh my gosh, let's see, 15, 20 seconds of latency here. But when I wave, I'll tell you when I see it, when it comes up. And okay, there we go, right there. So it must have been 20, 25 seconds. I'm using my stopwatch to meter how long I'm on the air here, so I can't use it to time it. Anyway, with that, I think I'll send it back to Dave. It's N7KC, Port Angeles. Go ahead, Dave.
Thanks for that, Lee, N7KC. Lost the 1.2 gig feed coming back down. I don't know what's happening there, but you look great, Lee, on the internet streaming. So let's go to Jim, WB7BHN.
This is WB7BHN. Well, I'm just firing the computer up there so I can see everybody's image on the streaming. I got to put my password in it though, so between the end of this time when I'm talking and the next time I should get it up and be able to see a little bit of video from everybody that's got video anyway. It's kind of nice when they do that, but I didn't get in here in time before we started to boot the computer up. I was brushing my teeth, so I didn't have to do it afterwards, so I guess that's my excuse for whatever good that is. And with that, we'll turn it back to net, and I'll get the computer all booted up. WB7BHN.
Thanks with that. Let's see if James is, we'll just call him Smokey, WU7N.
Well, thank you, Dave. Well, the good news is there's no billowing clouds of smoke in the shack right now. The odor seems to have dissipated. The bad news is my UPS is now powering everything. So, well, gosh, I wonder what that was. I was just plugged one item in, and all of a sudden I heard sort of a pop noise, and then you smell that awful smell. anyway, I've got to try and figure out why the UPS is not getting commercial power. I've got an overhead light on, so I know it's not a neighborhood-wide power outage. And so anyway, let me turn it back to Ned. This is WW7, and back to you, Dave.
Thanks with that. And again, is there anybody else who would like to check into the net? This is Dave, KD7ZYM, and this is the Western Washington Amateur Television Society net on the 08 machine. Gosh, not hearing anything there. Well, my Wi-Fi broadband got recorrected this week. CenturyLink was running a special, what they call lifetime without bundling, and I had had my landline bundled with my Wi-Fi at 40 megabits, and the phone bill was, the combination was running roughly around $105 a month. So I called to see what it would be to dump the landline, and it brought it down to $55. The reason I'd run a landline, I was under the impression that for emergencies, I would have the old standby twisted pair there, but it seems like what they use is a demodulator and modulator, the incoming fiber optics that's dependent on 110 volts, or I should say 12 volts, that's powered up by a wall wart to give you your telephone. So under emergency situations, if you didn't have power, you're not going to get on. And then I found out that CenturyLink also at the switching station, which for fiber optics for here in Lake City, is powered by 110 volts without a battery backup. So according to the technician, even if I could provide the voltage for the modulator, demodulator in my residence, if we had a major power outage, it wouldn't do any good because the switching station couldn't handle it. So anyway, as of the first of next month, I'm just on internet only and utilizing cell phones. So that's what's happening here. Those are my excitement for the week, plus getting the moth off the roof, which they did an excellent job. However, rotating that antenna around wasn't in the works. So the picture that I'm getting is dropped back down to about a P2 and flashing. So I'm going to have to do an adjustment with the antenna, weather permitting, coming up. So that's pretty much the story from here. And again, it's time for an ID. This is the Western Washington Amateur Television Society net. I'm Dave, KD7ZYM. So let's go up to Ron again, KD7QKU.
KD7ZYM in the group, KD7QKU here. Well, we don't have fiber optics, so I think our phone works if the power goes out. I'm not positive about that, but I think it does. We haven't had a power outage for so long. I haven't tried it. So anyway, man, it's going around fast with the few of us that's on here. I'm surprised Gary isn't here tonight. He was here last time, I think. Bob, I know Bob couldn't be here tonight. He said he wouldn't be here, I think, last time. And I guess Jim's down in Rochester is feeling pretty good. Or I'm trying to think of what it is. Yesterday, I guess, I started the motorhome and I started the pickup. I backed the pickup out of the carport and I swept up all the leaves and everything. Then I brought the leaf blower around and I blew it all out. Jim, probably down in Rochester, maybe didn't see or remember. I have a 3-car carport on the east side of the house. And keep the motorhome and boat and stuff over there. And then we dug up and replanted a couple of plants from the front yard to the backyard. Got that done, and then I think the day before that we had gone out and picked up most of the leaves underneath all the bushes and everything, so we're slowly getting things ready for spring. I mowed the lawn once this year already, but actually it needs it again. You can see the new growth on it. Kind of amazing. And I have to run the lawnmower over it again. I'm not going to fertilize. I usually fertilize, but I'm not. Moss killer. I'll put some moss killer. We have a lot of moss on the front lawn. And that's probably about it. So anyway, Lee, if you're ready, we'll go over and get Mr. Lee.
Well, okay, N7KC in Port Edward. I don't have anything to add. I'm just listening to the net here, so I'll send it back. N7KC back to net.
We got that, Lee. Boy, little sunshine out there. I guess we all got de-winded out there seeing that beautiful sunshine today. So let's go to WB7BHN.
This WB7BHN. Well, I got the internet up and running, and Ron is still on there now. It's got a little, it's buffering. It's not getting much motion to us. It's back to motion now. Got that buffering, but it's got a pretty good signal there. It looks good. The thing will just quell all that buffering. I thought maybe with some of the Olympics on, everybody be watching it tonight, and it might be pretty good on the internet, but it didn't seem to work that way. And I guess I'm going to have to mow my lawn too. I was out there walking around in it today, and it's got some places that are pretty high, so I think I'll, sometime this week, if we get some more dry weather, I'm going to mow my lawn. I won't pick the grass clippings up off of it. I'll just leave them lay, but it will look a little better and be a little shorter in some places where it's getting pretty tall. And I've got to put moss out on it. I got about 5 or 6 bags of it in my garage, and I got to dump it in the spreader and tow that around and get it all spread out and see if I can kill some of the moss. But with that, we'll go back to net, WB7BHN.
Thanks for that, Jim. A little bit of a squelch break I'm hearing back here that's hanging on at the end of the transmission. I don't know if it's just a local situation here or not, but that's what I'm experiencing. So let's see if we can pick up James, WU7N.
Okay, I'm going to try and transmit over the top of that squelch noise. No, it's not just you, Dave. I'm hearing it too. Okay, so we're back to our old problem where apparently when the repeater stops, something about the squelch keeps on trucking on. So reset? Well, I have no idea what really caused my power excitement. Everything's coming back to normal, but man, that must have been a big problem because I think actually a thermal breaker tripped in a very ancient wall filter that I have plugged into the wall, which powered my UPS, which powers just about everything else. Because it just came on spontaneously. I didn't do anything. I didn't reset anything. So there must be a thermal breaker in there that tripped, and it must have been either my transmitter or my camera, because I've got my little monitor on, and could I have somebody approach a video signal, Dave? Maybe you? I am making an assumption that someone can hear me out there, Dave. Can you hear me at all, WU7?
Oh, we got you, James. Not sure where the interference is coming from. It might be coming from Echo Link. Sometimes we've had that in the past with PSRG repeaters. But anyway, the squelch seems to break after a while once you let go of the transmit button.
Okay, well, if I can talk over the top of it, I can see what's
background noise was pretty bad. Again, this is the Western Washington Amateur Television Society net. I'm Dave, KD7ZYM. Anybody else like to join the net? Hearing none, let's go to Ron, KD7QKU.
Oh my golly, this is KD7QKU. I can't hardly take that noise. I have hearing aids, of course, you know, they're just amplifiers, and so that's almost unbearable here at my house. I don't know if I want to continue or not. So I didn't hardly hear anything James said. It covered him up. He started out just fine. First couple of times he transmitted, but then I don't know if he changed locations or if it's just the repeater noise that was covering him up. But the last time he transmitted, it was not good. So anyway, I don't have a whole lot anyway. So I guess we'll try to go over to Lee. I hate to let it drop, but here goes.
Okay. Okay, N7KC Port Angeles. Yeah, that's pretty noisy on Echolink too. I've got two audio sources. Well, I've actually got three, but I've got the YouTube feed is silent, so I'm hearing a little bit of Skype. Oh, I should cut that down so I don't get feedback there. I did that. Well, you know, I just, if I don't have any pictures or something to kind of show, I don't have much to say, I guess. Anyway, we've got a couple of rats over here that got in the old shed. And we had some bird seed on the floor and some deer food on the floor, and darn it, that's all it takes to get them. So I took one of them. I have a live trap, so I snatched one of them last night. I took it west. That young feller went west. Although it was a good-sized radish. It's the big ears, the long skinny body, and the tail longer than the body. And it had a beautiful coat. It looks like a very healthy animal and all that. So anyway, I took it out to the cemetery here the other side of town and let it go down over the bank. So to give the eagles and the hawks a chance, I guess. Far enough, I don't think it'll come back. I hope not. And I've got one more I think I need to get, so I'll work on that, and I think that'll take care of our problem. Well, anyway, with that, I think I'll say enough for this time, and I'll send it back to Dave. This is 7KC in Port Angeles, and back to you, Dave.
Okay, Lee, that squelch noise seemed to have disappeared here. Let me let up on the mic. And let's go to WB7 BHN.
I noticed the leaves down here starting to smell a little bushes. I've got a little green bug on everything. I hope it doesn't keep freezing too bad, because I didn't kill all that. It looks very big, and it looks like it seems to be like a golf early to the leaves. It's button out on nice and got a whole bunch of bushes. It was dry in the house, and got leaves on it, and nothing on it. And also, little green buds on them. So it seems a little bit early to me for that, but we're getting started. We'll probably, maybe we're going to have an early spring. We'll probably have to mow the lawn more than usual, so I'm looking forward to that. So we'll put it next step will be B7BHN.
Oh, thanks for that, Jim. Boy, this static coming in at QRM on the 08 machine is making it pretty ugly. It might be could be a ducting issue. So I'm thinking about terminating it, but I'll open it up anything from anyone before we terminate the net. And this is the Western Washington Amateur Television Society Net. I'm Dave, KD7ZYM. We'd like to thank the owners and operators of the 08 machine for allowing us to use the repeater for our voice channel for the Western Washington Amateur Television Society Net, held on Wednesdays and Saturdays between 8 and 9 o'clock. Due to extraneous interference, we're going to terminate the net at this point. And say good evening to all. And again, thank you to the feedback repeater group for letting us use this repeater. I'm Dave, KD7ZYM. Good evening, terminating at 2029.
Anyone that wants to join Lee and myself on Skype, please do so. So we'll be over here on Skype. I think everyone knows how to do that. All right. Good night, everybody. KD7QKU clear. Bye-bye.
N7KC disconnected.
P7N with uniform 7 November. Just conducting a test to see if the static returns. Testing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Sounding pretty good, KD7ZYM.
Well, thank you, Dave. Wow, I wasn't a very good participant tonight, but I guess I've got it eliminated down to trying to figure out if my power supply on my transmitter is the problem, or the power supply on the camera is the problem, or maybe the problem is I just tried to plug too much into one strip. But that was kind of exciting there for a second. Thanks for your patience.
No problem. It's amateur radio, so, you know, we learn by doing.
Okay. Well, I think I'm going to get to work and see if those two power supplies are shot or what's going on there, because I do want to figure out what's going on. It's a little disconcerting. I have too much paper lying around. This is a good motivation for sometime tomorrow to clean it up. I don't want to have any hot wires laying on all that paper. So, good evening to you. Thanks for running the net tonight. 73 WU7N.
7ZYM clear.